Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. We are reading Abhijnana, Shakuntalam, and I hope to complete the fourth act today. Okay, there are only 3 verses remaining, and last time we saw that Kanava is advising Shakuntala how she should behave in the Sasural ka ghar after going to Dushyanta's kingdom, his palace. And when she says that she is very, like a timid girl, she doesn't want to leave her father's lap. And she says, Tatasya ankat paribhrashta malayatata unmulita chandanalateva katham deshantare jeevitam dharayishyami and all. And we saw another pathaveda for that, like karisartha paribhrashta karenu river, etc. And then he says, no, why are you being so apprehensive? Why are you so afraid of leaving me? Once you go there, you are engaged in your daily routine. You are taking care of your husband, his family, and soon you will give birth to a very nice son who is like Tanayam Achirat Prachi Iva Arkam Prasuyacha Pavanam Mama Virahajam Shucham Natvam Vatse Ganeshasi. I didn't read the commentary of Raghava Bhatta on this. There are so many Vyanjanas he points out, so I would just quickly read through that and then go for an additional verse which I said it is there in the Kashmir's Sharada manuscript, Kashmira Patha, and so we will read that also. But before that, Tanayam Achirat Prachi Iva Arkam Prasuya Pavanam. So for that he says, Pavayati iti Pavanaha na swayam putaha iti kim saha swayam putaha iti kim vaktavyam. He is Pavana, so he will be purifying others. So one who himself is not purified, how can he purify others? So saha swayam putaha iti kimu vaktavyam. So he himself will be so pure, so nice, so noble, your son, okay? And he will purify others, he will make others also very happy. Tan namagrahanena anye api pavanaha bhavanti iti bhavaha. By just taking merely his name, others will tar jayenge. Okay, so that is what Pavana means. It is not just Pavana, which is one of the names of fire, right? Pavaka and Pavana. It is not just that, but by merely taking his name, reciting his name also, others will be purified. Arka upamanatvena. Now he is compared to sun. As the Purva Disha will give birth to the sun, similarly, O Shakuntala, you will give birth to your Sarvabhauma son. Okay? S-U-N son and now S-O-N son. Arkopamanatvena tanayasya jagad vilakshana tejasvitvam. So he will be resplendent, radiant, very, very brilliant, very glorious. Jagad vilakshana tejasvitvam. No one else had been so glorious so far, till he is born. Like that radiance, like that glow he will have. So, Jagad Vilakshana Tejasvitvam, Lokatraya Atikranta Paurushatvam. And then Lokatraya Atikranta Paurushatvam, his valor, Paurusha, his valor, his manliness will be surpassing the valor of all the illustrious warriors in all the three worlds, not only Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svarloka. So Triloka, Lokatraya, Atikranta, Paurushatvam. Then, so Tejasvitvam, Paurushatvam, Chaturdasha Bhuvana Giyamana Kirtitvam. His glory, his fame will be sung by all the beings in all the 14 worlds, 14 realms. The 14 realms are Sapta Patala and Sapta Urdhvaloka. Sapta Urdhvaloka, Sapta Adholoka. Adholoka, the Patala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, etc. Talatala, Patala, and upside are the Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Mahajana, Tapaha, Satyam. So these are the Chaturdasha Bhuvanani. So his glories will be sung by all the beings residing in Chaturdasha Bhuvana. Ataeva Chakravartitvam ityadi dharma sahasram vyajyate. So by just comparing him with sun, 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 all these come as Vyanjana, Vyangyartha, or the suggested meanings. He vatse mama pituhu virahajam viyogajam shucham na ganayishyasi. Does it mean that you will not remember me? The Shloka will be there, but you will not count on it so much as you are thinking it now. Once you go there and you are happily married and you will be so engrossed in the daily routine work, and after giving birth to a child and all, you will be all the more busy. So it is not that my concern will not be there. You will be concerned about your aging father. Natu sa na bhavishyati iti. That sa nama, sa shuch, that shoka, that will be there. Griha karya vyagrataya tvaya shokaha na gananiyaha ityartha. But because you will be so deeply and excessively, immensely engaged in the household duties, griha karya vyagrataya tvaya shokaha na gananiyaha. You should not just sit there pondering over what my father will be doing now, leaving aside all your work at home. Can you do that? Once you go there, you can't do that. And therefore, na gananiyaha iti. So, pitru viyoga dukkham avismaraniya prakritya vyajyate. So, pitru viraha dukkha is avismaraniya. You cannot ever forget it. At the back of your mind, your mother, your father, and your, the Maika where you have grown up, that will always be there. But griha karya vyagrataya tvaya na gananiyaha. So this is very nicely given, and then he gives it, this is a hetu madbhava or kavyalinga alankara. Why tvam mama virahajam dukkham na ganayishyasi? Because there are three reasons given in the first three padas. Abhijnana vataha bharatuhu shlaghe grihini pade sthita. Number one, you will be the wife of Dushyanta. Then vibhava gurubhi tasya krityaihi pratikshanam akula. Every moment you will be engrossed in his so many other duties and other tasks which he is undertaking. And third, prachi iva arkam tanayam prasuya. And then these are the three reasons because of which you will not count, or literally count, you will not pay much heed, much attention to the separation of from me, or the pain caused by the separation. Mama virahajam shucham na ganayishyasi. Now, most of these editions which we are referring, including the college edition which I am referring, okay, so they stop here. Mama virahajam dukkham na ganayishyasi. But as I said, this Vasanta Kumar Bhatt, he has taken into consideration so many other manuscripts also, and Abhijnana Shakuntalaka Patha Paramarsha, in this critical edition, he has come across one more verse in the Kashmiri Patha, that is in the Sharada manuscript, and it starts with apicha. After this verse, there is apicha idam avadharaya. So he has commented on that to a great extent. His hypothesis is whenever this apicha comes, after one verse there is apicha. That means there is some other thought which comes in the next verse. If you remember in the fourth act, beginning of the fourth act, if you see, there is the this one, the Suryodaya, okay? Prabhata, Samvrutta, etc. After the Vishkambhaka, the Kanava Shishya comes out to see whether, it is daybreak and all that. And then there are Yatyekatasta Shikharam Patiroshadinam, that is one verse, Apicha. And there is some other thought given there, Antarhite Shashini Saiva Kumudvati me. So that is suggestive of, Shakuntala's woes or sufferings which she might suffer in the fifth act. So Apicha always gives you a second thought. So one thought he has expressed that because you will be Griha Karya Vyagrataya. So these are all the Griha Karyas. Because of that, you will not pay much attention to the pain of my separation. Apicha idam avadharaya. Now he wants to give a separate thought to that, and the verse which occurs in the Sharada manuscript is Yada sharirasya sharirinascha pruthakvam ekantata eva bhavi. Yada sharirasya sharirinascha pruthakvam ekantataha eva bhavi aharya yogena viyujyamanaha parena ko nama bhaved vishadi. Very beautiful verse. Sharira and sharirin. Shariram tasmat shiryate tat shariram. That which decays, decomposes, weathers out. That is body. Shiryate tat shariram. Sharirin. Shariram asya asti iti sharirin. One who possesses a body is sharirin. So sharirin means Atma. Right? And therefore we have the Brahma Sutra Bhashya by Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. He calls it Shariraka Bhashya. Not Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Sharire bhavaha shariraha tamadikritya kritam bhashyam iti sharirakam bhashyam. Right? So, sharira and shariri prithaktvam anayoho prithaktvam. See, this can take you to the philosophy, to the Adhyasa Bhashya and all that. Sharira and Shariri are two different entities. Right? Sharira is just made up of the Pancha Mahabhutas. So, who is Avinashi? The principle who stays within the body is Avinashi, but the Sharira is going to decay and decompose one day or the other. So, when their separation happens, Sharira sharirasya sharirinascha prithaktvam yada ekantataha, the ultimate separation, that means once the person is dead. When is the ultimate separation of the body and the embodied soul? Only when the person dies, right? So the embodied one and the body, their ultimate separation, that is the death of a person, avashyam bhavi, that has to be there. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuho dhruvam janma mritasya cha, right? So one who is born is obliged to, will die one day or the other. So yada sharirasya sharirinascha prithaktvam ekantataha eva bhavi, then you consider that as, the next line takes you to another realm altogether. The first line talks about philosophy. Okay. Now this embodied soul gets these bodies as his property. And as we have in the Bhagavad Gita, that after death, as you change the clothes so very easily, similarly the Atma also changes the bodies. Vasamsi jiranani yatha vihaya navani grannhati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi, right? So this embodied soul, for him, these different bodies are the aharya. What is aharya? Aharya in Natyashastra is one of the Chaturvidha Abhinaya. Okay, Angika, Vachika, Aharya and Satvika. Angika is the body movements, Vachika is the dialogue delivery, Aharya is the Nepathya, the Veshabhusha, the backdrop, the Mukuta, Kirita, Kankanadi, etc. Whatever properties you hold on your body, right? That is called Arhiyate iti Aharyam. That which you take and possess temporarily as a natta. Okay, so a person playing the role of a king will naturally have a mukuta and all. But he doesn't take that mukuta home when he is a grihastha. He doesn't, go to the market with the mukuta. So that is only for the time being. Now when he leaves it besides, does he grieve for that? It is only aharya. It is just for the time's sake, for some temporary time, temporarily. He adorns himself with that, but that is not a part and parcel of his persona, right? Similarly, sharira is like aharya. For sharirin, sharira is aharya. So, I have taught you, O Shakuntala, all this philosophy when you were here. See, Kanavashrama, we come to know about, there is nowhere clear-cut thing, that in the Kanava Ashrama there were so many students, hundreds of students, and so many subjects were taught. This was taught by Kanava, this was taught by somebody else. Nothing is given, but subtly, indirectly, some references come to this. So Kanava, being the Kulapati, and Kulapati we have seen 10,000 students stay in the Gurukula, that Gurukula, and the head of that Gurukula is known as Kulapati. So Kulapatehe Kanavasya Ashramaha. So Kulapati means there will be thousands of such students and so many different topics will be taught. Philosophy, Vedanta must be taught there. And Kanava being a Brahmarshi, he must have taught philosophy, right? And therefore he says, I have taught you earlier. It is not stated here, but just remember that embodied soul takes up these bodies like aharya, and then aharya yogena viyujyamanaha. Yoga is contact. This aharya yoga, he got associated with some properties like body, like kirita, like pitambara and whatnot. But viyujyamanaha, when he gets separated from that, and this is all parena. It belongs to somebody else. It belongs to some stage manager. He has, collected all the property together. And the nattas who are enacting some roles, as are their requirements, they pick up the property, like in Chava, we recently saw the movie Chava, right? So they will pick up the sword and the shield and, they go. But they don't carry it all the time. This is a property which as a warrior they need to wield, they need to hold in their hands. So when they get separated from that, do they grieve on it? No. So similarly, when the body and the embodied soul get separated, this separation is just like the separation of an actor from the aharya, from the property which he uses to play certain role in a drama. Ko nama bhaved vishadi. Then who will grieve on such viyoga? There is yoga, aharya yoga. But then when there is viyoga, who will grieve? Does anybody grieve? Have you seen anybody grieving like this? One who is playing Krishna in the Mahabharata and he has his Mayura Pichayukta Kirita, he keeps that and then, no, I want that, I will take it home and I will carry it all the time on my head. It doesn't happen. So there is yoga, but viyoga is a part and parcel. In viyoga, there is yoga, right? the word Viyoga has yoga in it. Right? And therefore, wherever there is yoga, there will be Viyoga. Wherever there is birth, there will be death. So understanding the deep philosophical principle underlying all this, one should not grieve. And you, my student, my daughter, why should you grieve on this? So even if tomorrow you come to listen to the news of your aging father's death, see, these are all the dhvanis, right? Aging father, how long we can have our parents alive with us, though we want them all through our life, we are going to die. Our parents have to pass before us, right? And therefore, so that has to be there. That's a part of life. You have to face it. And therefore, you just think of it in a highly philosophical manner. And Natvam Mama Virahajam Shucham He Vatse Ganayishyasi. After knowing this philosophical truth, oh my dear daughter, you should not grieve for the pain arising from the separation from me. So this separation is temporary now. Tomorrow you may hear the news of my death. But that also you have to take it in a sublime way. Okay? So this is a very beautiful verse, and this goes in line in the flow of Kanava being a Kulapati, Kanava being a Brahmarshi, and a highly Vedantic Rishi. And therefore, Apicha idam avadharaya yada sharirasya sharirinascha prithakvam ekantateva bhavi aharya yogena viyujyamanaha parena ko nama bhaved vishadi. So I thought I should read out this verse so that this will throw more light on Kanava's personality, character as well. Shakuntala pituhu padayoho patati, and he has to bless her now because he has already advised her Shishrushasva Gurun, etc. And now she salutes him before this is the last salutation. Shakuntala never comes back to Kanvashrama. Okay, we know it for sure. She doesn't come back to Kanvashrama at all. So how he blesses her? Yadichhami te tadastu. Such a beautiful Ashirvachana. Only 3 words. Yadichhami te tadastu. Normally we will say Yadichhasi tadastu te. Whatever you want, may it be yours. Yadichhasi tadastute. I used to bless whenever somebody saluted me. Yadichhasi tadastute. Matlab tumhari sab manokamanaएं पूरी हो. But if the manokamana is left to the seeker, the person who is little immature than Kanava, right? And therefore the manokamana may vary. It may be swartha. It may be something else. And therefore yadichhami te tadastu. Whatever I wish for you, let it all be yours. What a lofty, So a father will always have all the noble things in his blessings for his daughter. Right? So this is a fatherly figure now. Yadichhami, I would wish all the best of the things in the world to be in your jholi. Okay? And therefore yadichhami te tadastu, very beautiful blessing. Shakuntala sakhyau upetya, both of them together, hala dveyapi mam samameva parishvajetham. Both of you embrace me, hug me together. Tatha kritva sakhyau. And this is the opportunity now. The Sakhis have at the back of their mind the curse of Durvasa. They haven't told anything about that to Shakuntala. They don't even want to tell. But then that Anguliyaka is there and she has to take care of that Anguliyaka. Somewhere that message has to reach. Otherwise, you forget. And therefore they say, Sakhi, yadinam, if at all, yadinam saraja pratyabhijnana mantharo bhavet. If he is little slow in recognizing you as his wife, recognition. यदि नाम स राजा प्रत्यभिज्ञान मंथरो भवेत् ततः तस्मै इदम आत्म नामधेयांकितम अंगुलीयकम दर्शय. If at all he is little slow in realizing you, 6-7 months have passed since he has left, right? And if at all he is little bit slow in recognizing you, he hesitates in recognizing you, he is little apprehensive, then tad namadheyankitam, atma namadheyankitam, he has written his words. Dushyanta, I mean, not he has written, he has given that anguliyaka, that ring to her which has his name on it, okay, gold ring. So, atma namadheyankitam anguliyakam tasmai darshaya, you show it to him. This comes as a very, she trembles at this very thought. जैसे बोलते एक आशंका की, भय की एक लहर उसकी नसों नसों में दौड़ गई, नस नस में दौड़ गई. So something like that happens and she says, अनेन संदेहेन वाम आकंपितास्मि. Samantat. My whole body is like trembling at this very thought. Vam sandehena, because of this suspicious thought arising in your mind. Yadina masaraja pratyabhijnana mantharo bhavet. Why should he not recognize me? Is there any reason? So she just wants to, recapitulate on all these things. But the Sakhis are very smart. They say, Mahabhaishihi, don't be afraid. And then comes a very beautiful sentence which acts like a universal, what you can say, truth, a generalization, arthantaranyasa. Mahabhaishihi atisnehaha papashanki. Excessive love always fears something bad, something evil. This is so very true, right? All the mothers here, all the wives here, they, especially women, I feel, it may happen with men also, but I being a woman, I have experienced it many times, when your son gets late, he has told you that from college he will come at this particular time and he is not come. So you wait for 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, phone nahi lag raha hai. In my time there were no phones, right? When I was a young mother, there were no phones. So how to contact? Then you think all the evil things in the world. कहीं accident तो नहीं हो गया, कहीं ये तो नहीं हो गया. मन चिंतीते वैरी न चिंती. This is a proverb in Marathi. What your mind thinks, even your enemy cannot think of it. So all bad thoughts come to your mind. Why? Can you revel in that bad thoughts? Atisneha. Because your love for your child is so immense, that you think of something evil and you just bar up, no. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. मग देव पाण्यात घालून ठेवा, कडी घालून ठेवा, whatever. There are so many like andhashraddha behind all these things. But then atisneha papashanki, this is what Kalidasa wants to bring to us. Excessive love always thinks of some evil. And because we love you so much, we are thinking of all the possibilities. The worst come worst situation, what may happen? He may be little slow in recognizing you. Who is this girl? Oh, I've seen her somewhere, but I don't recollect, Then show this. That is only thing. Atisnehaha papashanki mahabhaishihi. Don't be afraid. So they don't tell of the curse and all. That is not required. Because they have decided, no, ko navamallikam ushnodakena sinchati. Avayoho eva mukhe esha vrittantas tishtatu. So this Durvasa's curse should remain only with us too, and we should not reveal it to her. Okay. Mahabhaishihi Sharangrava now. See, this thing will go on and on and on. तिचे पाय निघत नाहीयेत तिकडनं आश्रमातून. She is hardly ready to go, Though she is on one hand eager to meet her husband, yet leaving her parents' house is very, very difficult for a girl. And therefore, Sharangrava, he is little like, very strict taskmaster we see. So, Yugantaramarudaha Savita Tvaratam Atra Bhavati. So, the sun has come to the second division. I mean, it's almost noon now. So, before it gets noon, at noon time, traveling with a pregnant girl besides you is very, very difficult. And therefore, Yugantaramarudaha Savita Tvaratam Atra Bhavati. So 1 or 2 hours have passed after the sunrise. We have seen after the sunrise only all these things are happening. So this may take a while, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or 1 hour. So it must be 9 or 10 o'clock, something like that. So Yugantaram Arudhaha Savita Tvaratam Atra Bhavati. Now you should hasten up. शकुंतला आश्रमाभिमुखी स्थित्वा लास्ट अपनी आंखों में समाना चाहती है पूरा माहौल वहाँ का. सो शी आश्रमाभिमुखी स्थित्वा तात कदानुभूयः तपोवनं प्रेक्षिष्ये. When shall I come back again? When shall I see this again? Kashyapa says, Shruyataam भूत्वा चिराय चतुरन्तमहि सपत्नी दौष्यन्तिमप्रतिरथं तनयं निवेश्य भर्त्रा तदर्पित कुटुंब भरेण सार्धम शांते करिष्यसि padam पुनराश्रमेस्मिन्. So Kashyapa tells her that Chiraya, for a long time, Chaturanta Mahi Sapatnim Bhutva. So you become the Sapatni, the co-wife of Mahi, the earth. How is this earth? Chaturanta, which has been encircled from all the 4 sides by 4 oceans. Chaturanta Mahi Sapatnim. And there is another Pathabheda also for that, the Diganta, Sadiganta Mahi Sapatni. So the Mahi, which has been stretched out to all the directions. So Dushyanta's kingdom is stretched out to all the 4 directions. So Bhutva Chiraya Sapatni, you become the co-wife of earth for a long time. And then Daushyantim Tanayam, your son, Tanaya, not just Putra, it is Tanaya, your own bodily part and parcel of your body, who is from Dushyanta. Daushyantim Tanayam Apratiratham. Apratiratha, one whose chariot cannot be stopped by anybody else. So he will be a great warrior who will march ahead and he is unstoppable. Apratiratham Daushyantim Tanayam Niveshya. Niveshya is, Raghav Bhatta says it could be, Niveshya is placing him on the throne that is after crowning him as the Yuvaraja or the king, or settling him in the house after getting him married and all. So, but getting him married is not important. Kings and the princes, they will get married, many marriages may happen, but then placing him on the throne. So, as a heir apparent of Dushyanta. So Daushyantim Apratiratham Tanayam Niveshya, then Bhartra Sardham. And one more thing, Tadarpita Kutumba Bharena. The entire burden of your royal Kutumba you place on his shoulder. Tad Arpita, Tad Nama Tanaya Arpita. Tad Arpita Kutumba Bharena. Bhartra Sardham, with your husband, Shante Ashrame Asmin Punaha Padam Karishyasi. And then you will come here once again in this very quiet and tranquil hermitage. If you remember the first act, Dushyanta enters, Shantamidam Ashrama Padam. The word is, which he uses is Shantamidam Ashrama Padam. Kanava also uses the same word, Shante Asmin, in this very tranquil ashrama, Bhartra Sardham. You will come here once again when you have you have withdrawn yourself from all the responsibilities and placed all the responsibilities, entrusting all the responsibilities on your son, you can come here. So that will be your Vanaprastha. So in the Vanaprastha, you can come away from your family. Till then, you will be busy. So it is not that every koi tyauhar aaya, Diwali aayi, Holi aayi, chalo maike. It is not like that. Though this Hastinapura is not too far, right? We have seen in a day they can reach there, but still it's not that every now and then the girls would go to their parents' home. So it is only after, taking care of all the responsibilities, and when you are withdrawing from that, after your retirement from your worldly duties, then you can come. Shante karishyasi padam punarashramesmin. Gautami says, Jate parihiyate gamanavela nivartaya pitaram. And you ask him to go, otherwise, this will go on. And then she realizes that Shakuntala ko bol ke kuch fayda nahi hai. Kanava has to be instructed to go so that Shakuntala will go back, right? And therefore she says, Athava chirena pi punaha punaha esha evam mantraishyate nivartatam bhavan. She asks Kanava to go back to ashrama because Esha, this poor girl, she will every now and then, punaha, again and again, will speak the same thing. Oh, when will I come back? When will I see you? Please take care, please take care. Now this won't stop at all. Till she leaves or till you leave, this is going on forever. So, nivartatam bhavan, you only now have to go back. Then Kashyapa says, Vatse uparudhyate taponushtanam. All the day long activities are yet remaining. This is just a morning hour, 2 hours in the morning, and they have spent so much time in the Bidai of Shakuntala. So, uparudhyate taponushtanam. Bhuyaha pitaramashlisya. Once again, she embraces her father. Tapascharana piditam tata shariram. This body of yours is already weakened by tapacharana, by great austerities. Tanma atimatram mama krite utkanthasva. So don't torment yourself all the more by my thoughts, my concern, because I will be there. You don't keep on worrying about me. You are already so weak by tapacharana. So don't waste your other energy thinking about me. I will carry on. I will manage for myself. You are already so weak. You are old and you have become so frail now. You have to take good care of yourself. I remember once, I think 25 years back, sometime back, 25, 30 years back, there was this Shakuntala, 4th act was being enacted in Mumbai, and Kanava, this role was played by a very stout person, my student only. So, Shakuntala, who was Shakuntala, she used to laugh while talking this sentence, while speaking this sentence. Tapascharana piditam tata shariram. Nowhere you can see any symptoms of the body being weakened and all. He was such a stout person. So, when she used to say that, everybody will burst out in laughter. Though this is such a, very pathetic sort of dialogue, sometimes, the dissonance is the, what you can say is the source of humor. Dissonance is the source of humor. So, Kanava, the personality which is to be shown has to be shown as a frail and, single patli person and not a very double, right? So, tapascharana piditam tata shariram tanma atimatram mama krite utkanthasva. Sanishvasam Kashyapaha or Nishvasya, whatever. Shamameshyati mama shokaha katham nu vatse tvaya rachita purvam utajadvara virudham nivara balim bilokayataha. For you, this is very easy to say that Ma mama krite utkanthasva. For him also it was easy to say, Mama virahajam dukkham natvam vatse ganayishyase. But both know in their heart that this is very difficult to forget. Okay? And especially when he says, even if you are gone, there are some things you have left behind. One of the thing is, you are offering the Nivara Bali every day, at the doorstep. Now this Nivara, the kind of grass, that has grown, that has fallen into the soil and it has sprouted. So Nivara Balim Utajadvara Virudham. Now it has Virudha. It has grown into the crop, the sasya. So when I see it every day, how will my shoka shamamishyati? How will my shoka go away? So I will remember you. You say matkrite utkanthasva, etc. But then every day when I see that Nivara Bali growing, whatever by you put some grains, etc. as a Bali for Bhuta Bali as well near your doorstep. The Panchamahayajnas, right? So in that Bhuta Bali is also there. You offer some grains, etc. Now the grains, when they fall on the soil, they are watered there and then they will grow, right? So Mama Shokaha Katham Nuvatse Shamameshyati. Why? Because there is a Karana. Tvaya Rachita Purvam Nivara Balim Utajadvara Virudham Vilokayataha. When I see that again and again, how will my shoka disappear? But then he has to say goodbye to her, Kacha. Shivaste Panthanas Santu, and he turns back. Okay. Now, before he turns back, it is Shakuntala who has to move ahead, because Kanava has one more dialogue, one more shloka to recite, and therefore he will be on the stage. So though Gautami has asked him to turn back to the ashrama, it is literally Shakuntala who is going away. So Shakuntala, Gautami, Sharangrava and Sharadvata, these four people are going away until they disappear, till they are not seen behind the Vriksharaji. These people, Anasuya, Priyambada, Kanava and maybe some others, they will watch them disappear and then they will go back. Okay. So Gacha Shivaste Panthanas Santu Nishkranta Shakuntala Sahayayinascha. So four of them, they depart. Shakuntalam Vilokya, they just see, oh she is going, now she has gone, now she has disappeared. Shakuntalam Vilokya, Hadhik. Antarhita Shakuntala Vanarajya. Vanaraji, the Avali. Raji is, the row of trees causing it into a grove, into a vana. So Vanarajya Antarhita Shakuntala. So the thicket of woods has already covered Shakuntala. Shakuntala is not more seen, no more seen by us. Sanishvasam or Nishvasya Anasuye Gatavati Vam Sahacharini. So your friend has left Vam. So but he is addressing Anasuya. Gatavati Vam Sahacharini. Or Gata Vam Sahachari, Sahacharini or Sahachari. Nigrihya Shokam Anugachatam Mam Prasthitam. So I am heading towards the ashrama. You also control your grief. Nigrihya Shokam Anugachatam Mam. You please follow me, who I am heading towards the ashrama. Tata Shakuntala Virahitam Shunyamiva Tapovanam Katham Pravishavaha. Now without Shakuntala, this is so void. So we don't feel like entering, and everything, will remind us. Sneha vrittihi evam darshini. So this is the affection which causes this. Sneha vrittihi evam darshini. Savimarsham parikramya, but then he has some other thought, and he says, Hanta bhuvoho Shakuntalam patikulam visrujya labdamidanim swasthyam. So there is some sort of swasthya he gets, some sort of solace, after sending Shakuntala to her husband's house, he feels little relieved, and that relief is because this is a feeling of every father, especially in Indian subcontinent, because of our samskaras. Artho hi kanya parakiya eva, अर्थो हि कन्या परकीय एव तामद्य संप्रेष्य परिग्रहीतुः जातो ममायं विशदः प्रकामं प्रत्यर्पितन्यास इवान्तरात्. कन्या ही परकीयः अर्थः. So every daughter is a treasure, wealth belonging to someone else. She doesn't belong to us. So I have sent her to her original, who can say the master, parigrahitu, one who really has to have her, her husband, parigrahita tasyaha, tam adya sampreshya parigrahituhu, mama adya prakamam vishadaha jataha, mama ayam prakamam vishadaha jataha. I have become like relieved today. Vishadaha mama ayam jataha. He says Vishadaha nirmalaha. Raghava Bhatta says mama ayam atma prakamam to a great extent. Vishadaha jataha. What happened here? This is not seen. Prakamam vishadaha jataha. Pratyarpitanyasa ivantaratma, as if Pratyarpitanyasa ivan artho hi kanya parakiya eva tamadya sampreshya parigrahituhu jato mamayam atma vishadaha prakamam. Vishadaha atma jataha nama nirmalaha jataha. Idameva utprekshaya nyasena sah sadharmyam jneyam, as if this nyasa, pratyarpita nyasa ivantaratma. The nyasa is the deposit. So Shakuntala, I nurtured her as my daughter, but all the time I had this feeling that she is here with me for a certain period of time. She belongs to somebody else, and that somebody else is her parigrahita. In her case, it is Dushyanta. So now, after sending her to her own husband's house, parigrahituhu, I feel as if the deposit has been given back to the person to whom it really belonged to. So this is the samskara, this is the tradition, this is the custom in Indian societies, that the girl is always regarded as a nyasa, a deposit, a treasure. So she is to be taken care of. She is to be handled with care, with utmost respect, because you are taking care of the deposit, of the treasure, which is not yours. It belongs to somebody else. And therefore, pratyarpitanyasa. And when you give back the deposit to the owner, here Dushyanta is the owner of Shakuntala. So आप किसी का कुछ धन रखे हैं आपके पास, till the person comes back from his yatra and something, and when you give it back to him, you get relieved. Oh, till now I had to take care of this, but now the owner has come and I'm giving it back to the owner. I am relieved. So that is a responsibility. Tending a daughter till her marriage and then giving her off, getting her married and seeing her off, that all these processes are a part of life of a girl's father only for a period of time. The real owner of the girl is somebody else, and the person, the father, always has the feeling that he is taking care of the nyasa, the deposit of the owner. And once he places back that deposit or that treasure to the owner, gives back to the owner, he really can heave a sigh of relief. And therefore, Nishvasya, he heaves a sigh of relief and has this feeling, Pratyarpitanyasa. after returning the treasure to the owner, how a person would feel, relieved. Similarly, I have the feeling of great relief. And iti nishkranta sarve, and this is the 4th chapter. Here there is one more pathabheda also. The last line, jato mamayam vishada prakamam pratyarpitanyasa ivantaratma. Instead of this, jatosmi sadyah vishadantaratma, jatosmi sadyah vishada antaratma chirasya nikshepamiva arpayitva. So this also means the same. This is more clear in the line which we are following, pratyarpitanyasa ivantaratma, that antaratma is to be joined with vishadaha prakamam. So we have to struggle with the anvaya, and this particular line, this gives you a clear cut anvaya. Jatosmi sadhyaha vishadantaratma. Very clear. Sadhyaha, immediately, once she went and she is out of my sight, I feel, oh, what a great sigh of relief. Now I have sent her to her owner. So no more my responsibility. Okay. So, jatosmi sadhyaha vishadantaratma and chirasya nikshepam iva arpayitva. For a long time, I took care of this nikshepa, this treasure, one who has deposited her with me, nikshepam, arpayitva now. Now giving it back to the owner, I have become relieved. Okay. So both the pathabhedas are good. The second one is more, easy prose order, anvaya. The first one we have to struggle with the anvaya. That's it. Iti nishkranta sarve and chaturtha ankaha. So the 4th act, at last I could complete the 4th act today. And 4th act is tatrapi, kavyeshu natakam ramyam, tatra ramya shakuntala, tatra api cha chaturtho ankaha, tatra shloka chatushtayam. According to some, this last verse also is one of the Shloka Chatushtaya. In fact, it is not Shloka Chatushtaya, it is Shloka Panchaka or Shloka Shatka. You can go on adding all the shlokas. Every shloka is so beautiful. But 4th act is especially important because it gives you two main things, that is the curse of Durvasa and Abhijnana, that is Dushyanta's ring. These two have changed the whole characteristics or the character, the persona of Dushyanta from Mahabharata, the Jataka Katha, Atthahari, Kasthahari Jataka we saw, and the Padma Purana story where Dushyanta doesn't recognize her. Even if he recognizes her, he doesn't tell it to her that you are my wedded wife, and he waits for the aerial voice. Now here he is absolved of all this criticisms against him, because there is a curse of Dushyanta under which he forgets Shakuntala. And when it is the ring Abhijnana darshanena eva shapaha nivartayishyate, so it happens only in the 6th act. So the 5th act will be now little more more dramatic in the sense this is needed also because 4th act was too much of pathos, too much of lamentations and crying. Excuse me for all that which happened today. But then 5th act is very, very different in the mood and the sentiment, and it is like an antidote to the lamentations of the 4th act, because 4th act becomes a little monotonous because it is only pathos, right? On the contrary, 5th act will be too many dramatic elements will be there. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.